Advanced FX here. First thing I want to say before I get into this trade breakdown is that I changed my name from JSway TV to Advanced FX both on this channel and also on my Instagram. So if you're looking for me on Instagram, you will not find me as JSway TV. You will find me as Advanced FX, right? And the reason why I changed my name is just to, the channel is basically all about Forex and my Instagram is all about Forex. So it just makes sense we have something that represent what we do on this channel and on my Instagram as well. Alright, so if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel right now because we have valid Forex contents. Leave a like on the video, turn on the post notification bell, of course. And also, yeah, guys, I have a community, a Discord community where I teaches persons to do trade Forex. Alright, so if you guys are interested in learning about Forex and learning a strategy and learning to actually better your craft in Forex, then you guys can hit me up on Instagram. The price is really cheap. I make it affordable for everybody. And I also have a free section in the community. So if you're somebody that just started to learn Forex and want to learn the basics, I have a section there that you can learn the basics in my community. And of course that is a free section. So I won't really put my strategy in the free section, but I will give you guys some tips on the free in the free section as well. As I said, it is really affordable. So make sure you guys go ahead and support the community and support the channel and support me as well, because I'm trying to drop valid contents for you guys. Yeah, also I get this question a lot, guys. What is my strategy win rate? Honestly, I don't like this question because persons are focusing on a win rate, when really in fact, a win rate doesn't matter as long as you have a good risk management, because you can lose 2, 3 trades and just win one and still end up in profits. So you don't a strategy doesn't necessarily have to have a good win rate for it to be profitable, right? And I'm going to show you guys the clear example of the reason why I come to that conclusion. This week I took 4 trades, including this trade that I'm going to explain to you guys, right? It resulted in me losing 3 of the trades and just winning one, which was this EURUSD trade that I'm going to break down for you guys, right? And this was a really good trade. It did not went as planned and how I wanted it to, because I only got like 4.96% on this trade and I was targeting like 13% on this trade, right? So the trades that I lost, the 3 trades that I lost was, they came to a total of 2.5%, somewhere there about, 2.5% loss, and this trade was 4.96%. So you guys can basically do the calculation that I have about a 1 point something percent, remaining profit. This week was kind of slow for me because I only trade 4 pairs, guys. So if there isn't any good setup on the pairs, then I just basically stay out the market, right? I don't deviate and go to other pairs. So it was a slow week for me, but I still managed to end the week in profit, and that is what you guys want to be doing. Even if it is small progress, it is still progress. All right, so let's get right into the trade breakdown right now. All right, so EURUSD, this is what I was looking at on the 1 hour time frame, right? I saw this strong impulse move to the upside. As you guys can see, it broke structure right here. So I went to the 15-minute time frame. You can see it a bit clearer. I just mark on the area where price broke structure, which was from there. All right. So after price broke its structure, what price left behind? Price left behind an order block. Yeah, right. You can find all of these information in my community, right? And also on the channel I explain about order blocks as well. So I'm then mark on my order block, which was the last bearish candle before the bullish move. So this is my 1 hour order block right here, right? This can be refined down to the 15-minute or even lower. right? So then went to the 15-minute time frame, find this order block. Okay, you can refine this order block, went back to the 1 hour time frame. Let me just mark that out so you guys can differentiate, which one is a 15-minute. Let me just put it on it. So 15-minute. All right, so that is a 15-minute order block. All right, so price broke structure, price, then we left a order block behind. Also what we have behind is imbalance, right? And if you guys don't know what imbalance is, I maybe go through it in another video, but it's basically in this case it is buyers having a chance, having all the chance in the market, pushing price up, and not giving sellers a chance to get their sales to actually pull back price and then continue. So it leaves behind inefficient price action areas where price um, will most likely come back to feel that inefficiency, right? And then carry on with the trade, right? And if you guys don't know, the purpose of an order block is basically footprints of institutions, right? Like where they place their orders, price basically gravitate back to those areas to actually fill those imbalances, or gather more orders to carry on with the trades. So trading like this is really, really, really good, and it is really effective. So it is basically trading SMC. It is basically trading the higher lows for buys and the lower highs for sells, but with refinements, because you have refinements to it where you drop to the lower time frame and look for entries, and you have different entry criteria and so on. All right. So at this point, as the price pushing up, quite impulsively, and you just mark your order block and wait for price to come back to your order block, and basically get the entry. So let's just play that out. At this time, price basically pulled back and tried to come back to the order block, but still, pushing up. You start to see price pulling back now. So we now have or range, right? So this right here would be our range low, right, and a range high. So if price breaks these areas, whether the top or the bottom, it will make this trade now become invalid if price broke these areas impulsively, because price can break a bit and then break back into structure, just to you know get a little bit more orders, or for some sort of accumulation, or whatever the case may be. All right. So if price broke this low, this trade would basically be invalid for a buy now, and we would be looking for sell opportunities. All right. So let us continue. As you guys can see, price tried to break the structure here, but failed. It broke with a wick. I don't classify a wick break to be a break of structure. I classify when the candle breaks with the body, and close with the body. That is what I consider as a break of structure. Alright. So the confluences that we have right now to see that this trade is a valid trade for me. Let me just write it here. Is one. We have a valid order block. Just label that as one. We have a valid order block. 2, we have inefficient price action, which is also known as imbalance. Right. We have price pushing up strongly, and returning back to the order block slowly. If you realize, it took about 1, 2, 3 candles to get to the top here, and price basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is already 6 candles. So it is showing you guys that momentum is basically weak to get back to this area. So that is what you want momentum is to be in your favor. So basically you can see that the overall trend is bullish, because this with a strong move to the upside and this weak momentum pushing back to the order block, you can basically see that price is struggling to get back down, to go down. Right, so we have momentum in our favor. Momentum. All right, and we also have a break of structure here, which is 4. So that is a lot of confluences for now. All right, let us play it out. So at this point, I'd have a I had an alarm set here, right at this level, right? And this is how you set the alarm. Can't set it in replay mode, but yeah, you guys get the point, right? So when price came back to this area and touched the alarm, my alert, I simple went on the charts and I went to the 2 minute time frame, right? So at this point I was looking at price, like this. Good. So what I was looking at when I was looking at the price, right? This was my trend high, right? Price broke structure, you know. So this is my lower high, this is my lower low, right? And there isn't any interest for me right now, but this is what I was looking for, you know. Price pushing down, creating that lower high, pushing down, break that lower high to show bullish momentum, right? And then it would leave behind an order block. So we could get an entry at this level on the first order block, right? This is a confirmed entry because we get the break of structure, right? But this break of structure could have been inducement because liquidity is sitting at every highs and every lows in the market. So this could have been, inducement to gather more orders, and then just continue to go down. So this was a more of a riskier entry because price could have just continued going down rather than stopping at this order block and then go up. So how you get a more confirmed entry is that you can wait on a double bus, which is double break of structure, which is like this: down, lower high, lower low, break of structure, right? Pulling back to this order block, right? And then you wait on a next break of structure again, right? So this now will definitely confirm that price is definitely bullish. So you also have a next order block sitting here, and this is a more confirmed entry. So when price comes to this level, you can set up pending orders, and then just take the trade to the upside. So you basically realize price was forming lower lows and lower highs, and price starts switching to higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, right? So this is a clear trend change, right? So you guys can either wait for those sort of entries, both of them is, basically a good entry as well. But I don't classify, you know, I do not classify you guys to get, a risk entry, like just setting your pending order at the order block, right? You guys should wait on the break of structure. If you guys are curious about win rates, you guys can wait for confirmation, such as what I did here, right? So price is still pushing down at this level. Price then tap into the order block, you know, mitigating the order block. Of course, as you guys can see, the 15-minute order block also got a bit mitigated. It basically tap into the 15-minute order block as well, So now at this point we are waiting for a break of structure. This right here was my previous lower high at this moment, right? Because this candle right here is lower than this wick, right? And I don't want to get too much in market structure for now because this video is not about market structure. It's about showing you guys how I took this entry, right? If you go on the 1 minute time frame, you guys can see that a bit clearer. So this is the previous high, right? Price broke structure, lower low, lower high, and then pushes down also, right? Persons can even get a better entry on this, like going on the second time frames and getting a break of structure on the second time frame. But for me, I took this trade mainly on the 1 minute time frame and the 2 minute time frame, right? So let's go back on the 2 minute time frame. So now we are waiting on a break of structure to actually look for a valid order block. At this moment, I was quite, emotional. A lot of emotions started to build up that, I thought price was just going to respect this here and continue pushing down, So, I just basically left the trade and allowed it to do what it wants to do. Then I saw that price broke structure here, leaving imbalance. I went on the 1 minute time frame here and I realized that price, the last bullish candle, before the up move, right? The last higher low actually before the up move was actually in this area, right? I know that you guys see this bullish candle, this bearish candle, sorry, before the up move, but this is not a valid order block for me, right? So I was looking at this area right here, but I didn't refine this area to this order block, right? And I will get into refining order blocks, in a different video. So I then set my order block to be here and set my entry at the top, at this level. Stop loss, below these sort of structures because liquidity was lying beneath these structures, and stop loss was, beneath this level and my stop loss was just 2.5 pips, of course, right? And then price basically came back down. I wait patiently for price came back into my order, tap into my order, you know. No, gone too far, guys. Give me a sec. Let me just put back that at a bit. All right. So at this moment, when price tap into my order, as you guys can see, price was strong, pushing down bearish, right? So a lot of emotions started to kick in because it was halfway my stop loss, and I was thinking to myself that I should close this trade. So I said to myself, you know what, I've accepted the risk. I'm just risking 1% on this trade. I've accepted the risk. So let's just let the trade run. And this is what happened most of the time, guys. You guys have to trust your instincts and trust your analysis. Right? You see the trade and you decide to place the trade. If it hits your stop loss, let it hit your stop loss. If it hit your take profit, let it hit your take profit. Alright? So you guys just have to, allow your trades to play out, and just allow it to do what it wants to do, as long as you guys accept the risk. So I then saw this bullish candle which gave me back a lot of confidence. Because with this strong bullish momentum, I saw that, yeah man, price was definitely going to go up. Then I get a next confirmation, which was that candle. I said, yes, all I want to see now was a break of this structure, and I'll move my stop loss to entry, right? I started to manage the trade on the 5-minute time frame. Price was kind of choppy there for a second, and then price break structure impulsively. At this moment, I moved my stop loss to entry, so I was risk free on the trade, and I had nothing else to worry about. Went on my 5-minute time frame to manage the trade. So as you guys can see at this moment, price was pushing up, and then price will start to impulse up. I was targeting the highs, for the one, I think it was on the 1 hour time frame, which was up here for 13.5. Let me just go on the 15-minute time frame, which was 13.44%, right? But unfortunately, price did not reach to our target because I was looking at price to create a new high. Because we are creating in our uptrend, we were looking for price to create a higher high, and if price did had the momentum to create a higher high, we would have capped 13.44%. We'll close the week in a nice with some nice percentage. But it is what it is. You will not get great weeks every week. Sometimes you will have bad weeks, sometimes you will have losing weeks, and the other week you will have a fantastic week. It is about trading. That is how trading is. Alright, but once you have a strategy and you have a proper risk management, you will always be a profitable trader. Alright, so at this moment I was managing the trade on the 5-minute time frame. I moved my stop loss to here at this point, and then price impulsed up at that point when price made at that point when price was at this here, I think I then moved my stop loss to this level. I didn't want to trade my stop loss too closely because I knew that when spread was it was around spread was at this moment, I knew price was going to go for a more complex pullback and then potentially to continue to form that higher high, right, which would basically give me 13.44%. And of course, I would not close the trade. I would continue to trade my stop until price has tagged me out of the trade. So this could potentially turn into even 50% or 20%. You understand? This is the power of smart money concepts. Alright, so at this moment my stop loss is here. Price then start to retrace, miss my stop loss by an inch here. I was hoping that price could just continue up from this era, creating higher high, because if price had created a new high and gave me a break of structure here, I'll move my stop loss a bit more and I would have more confidence that price would reach my take profit level, right? So price then start to get choppy because it was spread overs, of course. I was away from a PC at this time when price created this large wick. So basically you see price came to try and break structure, and it fails to break structure. If I was around my PC at this time, I probably would have traded my stop loss, probably here, because I would basically see that price, the momentum is weak, it wouldn't be able to break. But another candle could simply come and break, the structure filling this weak, right? But so I didn't want to close the trade. I just wanted to trail, my stop loss and see how far or how much we could gain on this trade. But it was a nice trade regardless, right? My stop loss is still at this level, still haven't been tagged out of the trade, So price was basically doing its thing until price basically tagged me out, and I was tagged out here, right? And at this point I was kind of pissed off because price tagged me out, price tagged me out, and a lot of FOMO started to kick in. Price had tagged me out with this week, and then made this impulse move. So I thought we were going to get a higher high from this impulse move here, but price did not made that higher high. I was saying to myself I should have had my stop loss here, and a lot of emotions was just kicking in. So price did what it wants to do, pushes down, and then pushes back up. And at this point, we were saying to ourselves that what, we are happy with our 4.96%, because we only capped 4.96% from this right here when price tag us out. So price tag us out somewhere around there, and we were happy with our 4.96%. However, price did pushes up for a period of time, and then eventually price did came back down strongly, breaking our invalidation point, which was at this level. So invalidation point was at this low. So once price break this low, then we will be looking for sells and not buys. Alright, so price then broke that structure, and then basically just continue going down, and we started to look for sells, had an order block in this week, waiting for price to get back to this area so we could get a sell to continue along. But price, it was quite slow. Price just started to move choppy for a couple hours in this area. This is just liquidity. All of this is just liquidity, accumulation, persons being trapped in this sort of price action. So once you guys see this messiness, you guys just stay away from this messiness. This is just to gather liquidity, and if you're not a I don't want to say professional trader, but if you're not an experienced trader, you won't realize what the market is doing or what the banks are doing. So again, this is just to get a liquidity. So you have persons here taking sells, taking buys, taking sells, right? And this is just to get our orders. And price can just impulse up, tap into our order block here, right? And you just continue with the sells. But price basically did not give us that for this week. Price just stay in that range and then impulse down, and of course with this impulse down you have some foreign order blocks sitting somewhere around here, which we don't want to get into right now. But price then impulse back to this area. So for me, I would be looking for sells, in this area, but with this strong impulse move that price then made to come back to this area, then I wouldn't be looking for any sort of sells at this moment. I'll just allow price to do what it wants to do, and then show me the signs that it wants to continue to go down or it wants to go up. So I think that is the end of it. That is where it ends, and this is where we end the week. And we basically end the week in around 1 point something percent gain on our account. Pretty much impressive. Still gains regardless of how small it might want to be. As I said, I lost 3 trades and just win 1. So this is the power of smart money concepts. You can lose 10 trades in a row and win 1 and have even left profit from that 1 trade that you win. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video and get something valid from the case study. Follow me on my Instagram, of course. It is no advanced FX, not JSWay anymore. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're trying to grow to 3K, and I will see you guys Oh yeah, before I go, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section if you guys enjoy me breaking down, trades for you guys, so you guys can have a better understanding of this new strategy. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.